again, batchmates, batch 97, High School of St. Mary's College, and to all our Marian alumni watching this talk for the Women's Month celebration of Tatak Marianista Grand Homecoming Alumni 2022. So this is still part of our three-part talk series for this Women's Month celebration. And I'm joined by Ethel, Ingrid Severino Villarta, and of course, for this part, we have a very special guest. Of course, all our guests are special. Diba, Tol? Oo.
Yes,
But,
Jan.
kaniya to ang guest karon. Actually, kuan pod kaayo ni siya og kanang background and credentials. And ang atong topic with her is also very interesting. So our next guest is a mental health advocate and a yoga therapist. She started practicing in 2012. She has 200 hours yoga teacher training with Ananda Marga Bali in 2016. And she also completed 200 hours advanced teacher training with Yoga Vaidya in Chennai, India, under the Krishnamacharya Yoga tradition in 2019. And 800 hours yoga therapy teacher training with Yoga Vaidya in Chennai, India. So we are very proud of this batchmate of ours who is our go-to for stress relief, all things yoga, all things balance and everything. Our dear batchmate, my friend and my kumare, Sheryl Urdaneta. Hi, Marie!
Hi. Hi, everyone.
Wow, beautiful smile.
Beautiful smile. Marie, we are so happy that you could join us for this part of the talk to tell us about, unsa man ang mga major concerns sa atong mga women karon, especially nga naapagihapon ta sa pandemic, although naga-die down na, no, and we are transitioning. Many of our batchmates and fellow Marian alumni busy kayo, daghang role sa kinabuhi. Mother, career woman, businesswoman, wife, daughter, sister, daghan kaayo giatiman from parents, children, spouses, ana bitaw. So, I'm sure, Marie, na daghan na og mga nag-ask for your advice, help, professional help as a yoga therapist on how they can cope with all these challenges, sources of stress, and how they can, cope sa kaninga mga challenges. So, Marie, ikaw gyud ang amo ang guru ani. Can you tell us what's keeping you beautiful these days? We know that you are very busy, but you are still very dashing.
Well, Marie, I guess practicing yoga daily really helps me a lot. I practice yoga daily at 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. in the morning. I start my day with yoga bago pa man, mahimong crazy ang tanan. Magsugod ang crazy day. So I guess that's what's keeping me like going, But I agree with you, Marie. Tanan sa atong mga kababaihan, especially mga homemakers, ang mga atong mga kapareho nato pod no na naga-care pod sa ato ang mga parents, mga kabatchmates nato na mga fellow babae nga naay mga pamilya, no. Ang burden sa atoa naga-double, ni double pa siya samot when the pandemic started. So it's really a matter of finding, the right balance, and that's really difficult for most of us. So I advocate for like mental wellness, and I really advocate for using the power of the breath, using yoga to help women develop like personal coping strategies, no, para makatabang sila on how to deal with the daily stress that they are facing. And it's no joke, really. When the pandemic started, murag lisod kaayo ang finding the balance, finding ways to stay sane, 'di ba? I mean, it's been really challenging for most of us, really mental to a different kind of level. So, mao na akong ginabuhat, Marie. In fact, earlier today, I was invited to speak before the faculty of USEP, University of Southeastern Philippines. They had this activity also in line with promoting or empowering women, no? And it's also all about helping women develop coping strategies para makatabang, in the kind of stresses that we are facing every day. So, ana siya, Mare.
Right, Mare. Kabalo ka, moon po na ang amuang gidiscuss ni Etol, also with our other guest, no, na sa atong age, no, at 40s, ana, di ba? Daga na gid tag mga ginabuhat karon and nanapod tay mga certain stresses na nadungag. And we're wondering kung how are we doing, no, sa atong health po, 'di ba? We are taking care of everyone, but are we taking care of ourselves? And what are we doing about that? Syempre, kung gusto nato i-take care ato ang mga family members, ato ang kids, ato ang spouses, atong parents, so the more na dapat i-take care nato atong kaugalingon. So sa atong kabisi, sometimes, no, we neglect to talk about these things or ask ourselves about these things. And ang isa po na na-observe namo ni Etol and na-discuss po with our other guest na nagyapon tayo certain fear bitaw nga kanang magpa-check up or mo consult sa mga espesyalista or just simply asking for help from somebody, from a friend, or magpa-refer man nang sa kanang mga expert sa mga yunani nga butang para maistoryahan and matabangan kung unsay naga-burden pag yun sa ato. So kani nga mga yunani nga stress, medyo delikado gyud di ay pud ni, no. Mao po namong na-learn ni Etol. Tol, unsa man ang ato ang gusto matun-an from Sheryl karon?
Yes. Unsa nato with our multiple roles, how to develop coping strategies.
Very good question na. Gwapo ka itong gi-mention ni Marino na naagihapon taan ng fear. Mao nang maghinder sa ato usahay nga makakita tag ka ng right coping strategies for ourselves, right? So, I would like to begin by saying na nindot ug ma-normalize ning mga ingani nga conversation, and that's why I'm really happy nga we're having this conversation. Kay even among our family members, atong mga friends, murag dili gyapon ta kaayo murag ka ng isog, no? Murag dili kay mahadlok, murag tentative pagyapon ng atong approach when it comes to having conversations of this nature. So how do we develop coping strategies? What I teach people as a yoga therapist, as a yoga teacher, is really very, very simple. We begin by using what we have, a God-given gift, and that is our breath. No? So, mayngon kag unsaon man pagtabang sa ginhawa in developing coping strategies, in using it as a tool to cope with stress or kung unsa man ang atong ginaatubang. It's really very simple, no? You don't need a gym membership to use your breath or to use an app. It is there. You just have to learn how to manipulate it. Why do we begin with the breath? First, because kana siya, by using your breath, makatabang ka nga imong i-quiet down ang activities sa imong mind. And the approach of yoga is that when your life, say, example lang niya, when your life is going crazy, our tendency is to look outside sa atua, no? Outside ourselves for the answers. So we always ask why. But the approach of yoga is that we begin within. And that's similar to how we use the breath. If we can learn to manipulate our breath, to regulate our breath, then we can gain control over the activities of the mind. And we know how powerful the mind is. No? So the goal initially when you begin to practice this is just to really find ways to sit in quiet and to just regulate your breath. And there you will see the difference. The moment you learn to regulate your breath, muhilom ang mind, and then the body quiet down, and the body quietens down. No, so and then from there, naakay manotice ng significant improvement. Kay mura gina siya domino effect. Pag the mind is okay, the body is okay. In fact, the symptoms that we are experiencing commonly na associated with stress, like headache, migraine, or dysmenorrhea, or graying of the hair, siguro, no, if it's not genetics, no, that could be attributed to stress. In fact, the physical symptoms are just manifestations of the internal condition of the body. And I'm not talking about the physiological processes. I'm talking about the state of your mind, the state of your emotion. So, ana lang siya. Very first step, mutudlo ko unsaon pag-regulate sa breath. Ana lang. We call it pranayama or breathing exercises. No? So, sounds simple, doable, right?
Exciting kaayo na siya, and it's a very good thing na imuha nang gi-highlight, no, because for sure that's one of the apprehensions of many women, no, na when you say wellness, that's expensive, no, 'di ba, when you say wellness, sus organic siguro na, or kailangan siguro ko mag-enroll sa kaninga instructor or something. So that's really good na imuha nang gi-emphasize na this is something that we already have, and if we only know how to use it properly, especially during kanang mga challenging times, no, or unsa ba daghan ta ginahuna-huna, so kaniya to ang first nato nga buhaton or i-check sa ato ang kaugalingon. So that's very I think that's a very good point na imong gi-raise. Tol, ikaw ready na ba ka mag-breathe properly? Tol, ikaw na naisip ba na nimo nga basig ka nang ang imong mga, kahago or sometimes kalipong-lipong tungod na sa kanang wala pod kaayo nimo gitanaw ang imong breathing?
Yes, I agree really Jan. Kay the breathing exercise was also introduced to us by the Philosophical Society in the Philippines, and it's part of our understanding the self na mga training which we do offer to our community beneficiaries. So breathing is really important. It's a God-given gift that it's there with you, and you can practice anytime whenever you are stressed. Even to the point that if you have difficulty ganina magbawas, pwede siya makatabang sa inyo. So I'm excited also to redo again, no, with the help of Sheryl, no? So it's another opportunity.
Okay, Marie, so unsa man ang ato ang next step ani, ug unsa man ang imuhang mag-guide sa ato ang mga viewers karon and listeners?
Sige, Marie. I will get to that very gamay lang siya nga point na gusto na ko i-emphasize, no? So the breathing exercises, that comes as a package with the whole yoga experience. So what I tell my students or the people nga kanang interested ani is that you need to establish a physical fitness routine. So I'm a yoga teacher. Ang ako yung iingon, yes, mag-yoga mo. But then, yoga might not be for you basta hindi ka ganahang yoga. So if you have your choice or preference of a physical fitness activity, like mag-skipping rope ka din ha, mag-jogging ka, do that, no? But it's very important to do these activities on an empty stomach para dili ma-disrupt ang imong kanang system sa imong body habang nag-exercise ka. And then once you're done with the physical aspect of your practice, then you can go ahead and proceed to the breathing exercises. Kay para lang ma-explain na ko og maklaro, the purpose of the yoga poses is to just prepare the body for the most important part of the yoga practice, which is the breathing exercises. So, kung mubuhat lang katong imong mga yoga poses, I'm sure daghan mo nakita na kanang ginabuhat gani ni Ellen Adarna. Kung kana lang inyong buhaton, dili mo take a moment, to kanang move with your breath, or even to spend some time with your breath after everything that you've done, then what you have done is just another exercise. Dili siya yoga. But that's fine. No, dili man ta mo restrict kung unsay ganahan sa tao.
Correct.
Because to each his own. But my point is that bago mo malingkod for your breathing exercises, you ideally must have like a physical activity. No, so mo na siya. No, so what I'm gonna share with you today is a very simple breathing exercise. Something that's not contraindicated. Hi, as I've shared with you earlier, katong mga pre-recording chika nato, there are breathing exercises that are contraindicated, meaning na ay mga breathing techniques na dili siya pwede og na kay hyperacidity. No, di na ay mga breathing techniques nga dili ka pwede og na kay mga ma-experience na mga kanang na kay hypertension inaana. So, what I'm gonna share with you is something very basic, something that's wala siya para sa kung wala siya contraindication. But first, bago ta mag-breathing din na, siguro mo galaw-galaw sa taganay. No, if you're up to some movements. Okay ra ba?
Okay ra. Sige. Kaya na ni Ethel.
Kaya na ni. No, we will.
Kaya niya rin.
Oo, lagi, no? So, siguro, we'll do some movements while seated na lang para di na kahit mag-require o sa pamang preparation. So, from here, I'm just gonna ask you to just, take your hands to the sides parallel to your shoulders. Ano lang. Simple movements lang tayo. And then, inhale. Bring your arms over your head. Ano lang ta? Seated movements lang ta. Move with your breath, ha? Exhale. Bring your arms slowly by your sides. So pay attention to how your chest is moving. On inhale, ideally, the chest should expand, no? Naka ma-feel nga expansion din na sa chest. On exhale, contraction naman siya, no? So, kung ma-notice ninyo, inhale, expansion ang movements, your limbs move away from your body. On exhale, closer ang ato ang and then mag-contract pa lang ato ang chest. So, we're gonna do that one more time. So, inhale, arms over your head. Pause briefly, and then exhale. Bring the arms by your sides. Okay, pa kadiha, tol? Okay. All right, so, yes. Maybe, we can take the arms from the front. So, na siya, from the front naman. All right, and then just try to bring your arms as far back as you can. See if you're able to move your shoulders. And then exhale. Bring the arms down. Okay. Galaw-galaw dyan, auntie. Okay. One more time. Inhale. Arms over your head. Try to bring your arms all the way to the back if you can. And then exhale. Bring your arms down. Okay. So, sige. We can begin. So, first, you need to pay attention to your posture. Posture is very important. You have to find your most comfortable seated position. You relax your shoulders, lengthen your spine, and then tuck your chin. All right, we'd like to lengthen the cervical spine, the spine of your neck. Hands on top of your thighs, knees, palms of the hand facing up if you like. And then let me lead you through your practice. So close your eyes. And then I just want you to pay close attention to my verbal cues. Okay, from here, I want you to just breathe freely. No tension anywhere on your body. No breathing exercise technique yet. Just find time to breathe here. No rush. Your breath is a very important gauge of how you're feeling or, the general condition of your body. So check how you are breathing today. Is your breath disturbed or are you able to breathe freely and smoothly at this point? Make an effort to relax the space in between your brows. Relax your jaws, relax your cheekbones. Relax your lips. Relax the tongue inside your mouth. Relax your shoulders. Relax your arms all the way to your fingers. Relax your hips. Relax your legs all the way to your toes. And then from here, on our next inhale, take a moment to slowly take one deep breath. Take your time, allow your chest to expand and inhale. And then try to pause very briefly after your inhale. Before you exhale, try to bring your lower abdomen, the belly below your navel slightly in. And then take your time exhaling. Allow your shoulders to relax, your chest to relax. Pause very briefly after your exhale. And then again, slowly inhale, take your time. Expand the chest. Fill your lungs completely. Pause. And then very slowly exhale. So imagine a balloon and then very gradually allow the oxygen to escape from that balloon. You know, that's how your exhale should be. And then pause after your exhale. And then continue breathing using the same technique. If you could, maybe you could experiment regulating the breath on inhale on your throat. You know, bringing the breath all the way to the back of the throat as you inhale, like sucking it in very slowly, activating your Ujjayi breath, the warrior's breath. Pause after the inhale. And then again, taking your time, exhaling. No rush. Pausing after your exhale. And then just keep on breathing. If the mind wanders off, just bring your attention back to your breath. And then maybe from here, you could use your exhale as a means of release. You know, releasing what you do not need in your system. Releasing what's not serving you anymore. Making sure to relax your shoulders a little bit more as you continue to exhale. Make sure not to hold any tension around your shoulders and your neck. Release. Three more breaths here. And with your eyes still closed, just go back to your normal breath. And stay here for a little bit, you know, enjoying that quiet space that you have created for yourself internally. When you're ready, you may blink your eyes open. Okay.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Wow. Always,
All right.
always a great experience to do breathing with our dear teacher, Sheryl.
Yes.
O, diba? I hope, She, that our audience, no, atong viewers, they also joined us atong exercise. Diba, Tol,
Yes.
ikaw, unsay mo ang na-feel, Tol? Dapat ba ako mag-ask ka na, Tol? Ikaw, unsay mo na-feel?
Okay lang. Ipaningot ko dyan.
Yes.
There are many
Tinuod.
many forms of release, no? Ang uban masingot,
Yes.
ang uban mamugnaw, depende sa
Oo. Ang uban utot. No,
Ako
but
ba, na-feel-
kidding aside. Yes.
Feeling na ko, katong ginaingon ni Sheryl na, take yourself to a place nga kanang maka-focus ka and, just focus on your breath. So, muraging atog yun, kanang lahirag yun. Pag naagi magsulti sa imo, nga, ginawa ragod. Lahirag po yun, kaysa kanang, oo. But really, this is, wow. Thank you for
and
that.
You're welcome, Marie. But, this is what I always emphasize. Being able to control your breath this way is also power. It's giving yourself, power to rise above your stress, your stressors. So, because if you can do that, then you can always choose to rise above every situation. Kay, say for instance, masuko ka, teacher ka, ikaw dyan, teacher manggid ka, na makabasa kag mga kanang lami kayo pang wrestlingon nga grammar, di ba? Manginit imong ulo. So before you can even mark the paper or react, it would be nice kung mulingkod una ka basi kinahanglan nimo mo ginhawa. And that kana siya nga gamay nga effort to spend some time with your breath that can impact a lot on how you react to things and people. Because I always tell people, and kabalo po ani nga, we do not have any control externally kung sa may tabo sa tuwa, but you can control yourself. You can control your breath. So, spending time with your breath can rewire your brain in a way kay ma-influence man niya ang imuhang emotional response to things, people, and situations. So, nagi wisdom ang katong mga katigulangan na may sila ginhawa sa gani, no? Kay tinuod man. Yes, no? So, kanyang ako ang gusto nga is-share na message sa ato ang mga kababaihan. If you embrace and harness the power of your breath, then you are, in fact, empowering yourself, no, in a beautiful way. No, so it's also a way of honoring kaning gift na gihatag sa ato sa Ginoo. Taken for granted kaayo ang atong ginhawa nga. In fact, ay nata ma-appreciate ug mag-lisod na tag ginhawa, no? So that's something na siya.
In fact, maupo na ang amo ang takeaway sa ato ang guest na we should kanang dili na to hulaton nga naa ta sa late na stage, no? So it's really for us, it's really an opportunity na we have a fellow Marian like Sheryl na who is really an expert aning breathing and yoga, and dako kayo niyog help sa ato ang mga batchmates pod na who are interested, who would like to know more about it. Pero Marie, ako isa pod ka question.
Sure.
Kani bang mga breathing exercises na kato imuhang gi-impart sa amo karon, basic breathing exercise, pwede pod ba ni sa mga kids itudlo? Can the kids already participate or even kanang because I see this could be a family activity. Kanang bitaw ingon na gwapo pud ba na bata pa lang ato ang mga kids is murag ato na silang i-introduce sa mga simple things like this na very siguro advantageous pud sa ilang health, sa wellness nila.
Of course, Marie. In fact, sa Bali, nag-volunteer teach ko dito isa ka local school. And it just na siya nga school, nagapa meditation of yoga sila before the academic sessions. No? So, huge difference. And this is a common practice in Bali, private o kanang local schools nga. Ang mga bata na sila yung opportunity in the morning bago magsugod ang ilang mga klase to do yoga and meditate. And according to studies, makatabang ni siya sa atong mga bata. So, I've also led a summer camp, I guess that was before the pandemic, 2 years ago, nga mga bata, no, dili ka maka-expect na mapaligpod nimo sila, nga mag-breathing exercises sila. Pero you know what? Katong gilid na ko sila, how kay sila? Kanang They were able to follow instructions, ana gani yung breathing exercises gid sila, and marked difference gyud no in terms of behavior, ang ilang response, ang focus, ang energy ug ang stamina. So yes, pwede kaayo ni siya itudlo sa mga kabataan, and I really think kung mahimo ni siyang part sa curriculum sa eskwelahan, siguro mas mag-improve ang learning capacity ug experience sa mga kabataan. Ug siguro og buhaton pud siya sa mga teachers, mas kumbaga dili man gud ma-change ang reality na overloaded ang atong mga teachers, but at least mas better ang ilang coping mechanism no sa ilang mga ginaatubang nga stresses. The same pud sa mga kids. No nga kabalo man ta, this pandemic has been very stressful for the kids as well.
Right.
No, with all the tasks and the assignments, bombarded ni sila. But if you could begin the day, lang silang ipa-breathing o pa-meditate, then I am pretty sure nga mag-improve ang ilahang capacity to deal with, the day-to-day stresses.
Marie, na-mention naman po nimo, naalang ko a question about that. When you say breathing and meditation, are these murag interchangeable or are these referring to two different things?
Two different things, Marie.
Okay.
Kadto ganing paundang na tamo o regulate sa breath, and then just
breathe normally.
Yes, breathing normally, but then at the same time allowing yourselves to stay in that quiet space for a few seconds. That's the pre-entry to meditation, because you can linger there longer. No, so two different things. No, so when we kanang very active, kumbaga mindful man siya at the same time, a balance between mindfulness and passiveness. Kanang the moment you start doing your breathing exercises, diba? Kay you need to regulate it. Ana gani. But there will we normally encourage students to do 17 to 25 cycles of breath according to studies. Estudyohan naman yun yung breathing, no? By a lot of scientists. Ano sila yung mga scientists na maora ni ilang focus. According to studies, at 17 cycles of inhale and exhale, that's one cycle of breath, dinha na mag-quiet down ang body. So you could take your breathing exercises beyond 17 cycles. So maybe 25, kana dinha murag ni ana na gyud ang activity ana sa mind. No, kay usually ana man activity sa mind, mura na siya kana gani sa life support.
Yeah.
Magana na siya. But at 17 to 25 mare mo plateau na siya, mo ana lang na siya. And then you can let go of the breathing techniques and then continue breathing, kana quiet down naman imong body. By then hinay na ang beating sa imong heart, equal na, samavriti, we call it, equal na siya. Ana gani nag-quiet down na ang body, and then you can slowly, you can stay there, because there are different types of meditation. But that state is already meditative. No? So, pwede na kayo na siya.
Wow,
no? So,
nice. Nice kaayo na pagka-explain ni mo, Marie, ba? Kay tinuod magid like ganina, di ba, nga imuhaming nag-count ka for us, no? So, actually, katong pag-count ni mo katong murag dugay-dugay na murag malahi naman gid imong feeling, di ba? Murag na ka sa laing nga lugar. Di ba? Pero actually nara ko diri sa opisina. Pero tinuod na, so kanang 17 to 25 no, murag tama gid ay malahi na imuhang unsa na aura, unsa ba? Makagwapa ni tol.
Makagwapa
agree.
Na.
Oo. Marie,
Yes.
Since you mentioned nga sa mga younger individuals, mga bata, okay kayo ni. So I think that's good news for our batchmates and fellow Marians na mga mommies. Kay, inclusive ni siyang activity. They can actually bring in their kids, no? And then beneficial pag yun siya. Pwede pod couples, ana bitaw. So nice kayo siya. And like what we highlighted earlier, no? Kung kabalo ta aning basic nga technique ani, dili gyud ni kailangan og gastuhan og dako, no? Kay daghan naman pud sa ato karon nga due to the pandemic, no, naka-develop na pud tag mga certain exercises na natay mga kanang routine, correct? Oo. So kana tama to imong gingon, Marie, ba nga kaning breathing after ni dapat ana imuhang mga activities, sa imuhang mga cardio nimo, no, diha nimo ni buhaton. So that's really a very good advice for our viewers, and especially sa itong mga batch nga naminaw karon. So hopefully makatabang yun ni sa inyo ha. Tol, unsa man ang imuhang ginahuna-huna karon, murag naga-meditative, napaka sa meditative state by.
Tinuod jud dyan. Ay, kanang daghan, igo ko ani kay nga, no? We are really in a noisy world at this point in time, no? And sometimes parang it's normal and natural for us to react to that noisy world. We usually have difficulty in finding that silent, calm, na kanang imuhang private time ba, even if nagkagubot na sa kalibutan nimo, no? So find that's the very crucial thing, how to find that moment for yourself. That's very helpful. And realization. So like we do training to adults sa community, be it youth or women or unsa pa dihan ng mga lupong tagapamayapa sa mga governance project. It made me realize to apply this again. We've been doing breathing exercises, but this is another, I don't know what ba, it's another reminder to me that like we usually have energizer or icebreaker.
Yes.
I-reintroduce na po ni na ako, no? Kay it's helpful, no? You don't need a doctor to have this. Kana ba? Self-help. Imo harag yung sarili imong kinahanglan. So this is very applicable. So thank you kayo, Sher.
Diba?
No
Nice
worries,
kid kayo. And katong gi-mention ni Sheryl ganina lagi about, sa mga schools, sa mga students, nakabasa pod ko mare og mga researches about that, no, na schools abroad, they adopt this method, no, nga kaning meditation, breathing, and it really has a positive effect sa behavior sa mga students and their focus. So, gwapo nga sa unta diri sa Philippines, no, makonsider na sa to ang mga schools na instead of kanang hardcore discipline, hardcore nga mga unsa pa na activities diha, kung gusto nato na ma-improve ang behavior sa mga students, maybe we can look into the existing research about this, and something really to consider kay na may evidence na this really works. Maray, karon nga we are already nearing the face-to-face. O, diba? Nanay mga starting na ang back to school, back to campus, unsa ba na diha. And ikaw, I know that you're already back in campus, no? For quite a while now. So, unsa man ang imuhang, siguro as one of our final questions, Marie, of course, si Ethel, basig na pa po siya gusto ipangutana. But what would you advise to, kaning return to the where we left off? Of course, it's not the same, no? It's not, I'm sure it's not the same, but unsa ang imuhang murag advice or tips for all the women out there, our batchmates, fellow Marian alumni, who are about to go back to the battlefield, no? How can they continue sa pagbalance sa ilahang energy, sa ilahang kinabuhi karon? Balik na tanan ng mga anak sa eskwelahan, mubalik na ang husband sa trabaho, so unsa na po ni mubalik na punta. So unsa ang imong maka-advise ana to keep the balance?
Yes, that's a very good question, Marino. So for most of us women, imupod ning na mention ganina, it is so easy to get lost, no? In the process of taking care of others. Marag nature naman gyud nato na mga babae to give more of ourselves to those around us, no, especially our family. And it doesn't matter kung single ka or married ka, marag normal na siya sa ato ang mga babae that we do that. So mubalik na sa tag post-pandemic, you can just imagine the anxiety and the stress levels kay naapod na siya dalang stress ug anxiety. Kay imagine, ang question na makabalik pa ba ka sa normal ni mga katong imong, the way things were before. Gani nga dili ka magmask. Murag that thought alone, murag na siya stress nga dala personally for me, nga murag ready na bako. Murag gani. So, now more than ever, I guess we have to prioritize self-care. Kay mas kinahanglanon ta sa atong family, sa kapilingban, pag post-pandemic na. No? Mas kumbaga different realities na ang atong sagubangon, but then murag mas kinahanglan ta mag-ipon og kusog for that time mas kinahanglanon ta ana nga panahon, no? Because as women, we are at the forefront of all these changes na agit ta dinha. Kita gyud masugubang, kita mo atubang, and we have to be ready for that. So prioritize self-care. And I know that it's easier said than done, right, Tol? I mean,
Tama.
yes, no, but then you know what? Para sa akong gina-share sa ako ang mga estudyante, if you have 5 minutes to spare in a day, use that 5 minutes for yourself. Own that 5 minutes. And the key is consistency. So for me, the best time for me to do my yoga practice is at 5 a.m. because hilom pa siya. I don't have to rush pa. No, so I really take advantage of that 5 a.m. quietness to do what I need to do for myself. And then for the rest of the day, okay, inyong-inyo na ako. Parang ganon ba siya, no? But 5 a.m., 5 to 6 a.m., I really need that time for myself. And I guess honoring that tradition for myself has been very rewarding. And I guess it's never too late to establish that kind of tradition for yourself as well, especially if it's, you know, it has to do with taking care of yourself. Because remember, we can't afford to be kanang kumbaga we can't afford to be sick eh. You know, we can't afford to be on the other end na kita ang alagaan. I'm sure you could all relate to that, right? Naatay daghan kitag mga being Marians, we have a lot of kanang commitments. You know, we have a lot of engagements, involvements, and you know, murag, we can't afford to be sick. No? So really find the time, and it doesn't matter kung dugay na siya, like 1 hour, dili na siya kinahanglan ana eh. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and you can gradually expand your practice. But find that time during the day. Pwede siguro lunch break, mupiyong ka kadali, mag-breathing ka. You know, isingit nimo. Para sa naisip nimo, Tol, icebreaker, sige, why not? 'Di ba? Ako, na-introduce na ko na siya during, we have this Friday meeting sa school of all the academic heads and the administration. Ginasingit na ko na, breathing, yoga, ana sa takadali, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. No? So, well, initially, maraghaon sa mani, but then, you know, it's become like easier to digest over time, and, you know, ma-appreciate po nila. So, how much more if you do this for yourself? No? So, kanang you just have to take the first step. No? If you need help, I'm here. You let me know. Sa mga oras tawa.
Wow. Nice na share. We will take note of that.
Super nice kayo ang ato ang takeaway kay Sheryl, no. I wish all of us will have the same courage as her nga pag mag-meeting o mag-briefing sa tatanan, ha. 'Di ba? Sagdi lang Marike, we will get there. Kay kailangan jud pud nato ni ba murag i-explore ba na. You know, most of us sa atong mga trabaho, traditional kaayo tatol, 'di ba? But we are always saying ay dili kay modern women na ta or ingani innovative ta. Pero kanilang ganing breathing, kaya ba nato ni insert sa mga meetings? Kaya no nato na pangitaan nato nagpaagi, di ba? And magpa-rescue ta kay Sheryl. Kay syempre lahi ra gyud pud si Sheryl pag siya ang magkanabitaw. Maghurim-hurim ana, no? Lahi lang yun. Murag kung ako kay murag maghadlok, pero pag si Sheryl kay murag lami lagi siya.
Right.
Yeah, 'di ba? But she, you know, thank you so much for the time and all the, you know, the wisdom and the demonstration na gihatag nimo sa mua ni Etol, and hopefully we had some of our viewers na ni-appeal sa katong imong demonstration kaganina. Very nice, no?
My pleasure, Marie.
And na-experience nila to, and like what we said, no, na kaning simple technique, simple exercises, pwede kaayo ni na i-bring in nila ang ilang family members, ang kids. This is very inclusive. So, pwede ang tanan. And dili pod concern ang cost, kay actually kayang-kaya nila ni matunan on their own, in their own private space. Dili kailangan mag-enroll sa gym and on all that. So, daghan kaayog nice nga takeaways, and wala, happy lang ko kaayo tol sa ato ang instant talk, no? Empowered women, empower women, kay mo ni ang mga discussion nga kuan kanang, you know, hindi mapapantayan ng salapi. Okay, from from the experts ba, gwapo kayo ang mga insights na atong nakuha. So, Shed, thank you so much for the
May isa pa
time, and
yan,
thank you so
Marie.
much. You know that we are very proud of your achievements, and happy kaayo pud ko ako personally, no, nga I know you're very busy, and I know you're doing really well. So kami ni Ethel and all of us, we're behind you. We're supporting you always. So thank you for taking the time na makaistorya mi karon, and being part of this talk for our Women's Month celebration. Tatak, Marianista.
Salamat po. My pleasure. Salamat.
Thank you, Marie. Thank you, kaayo.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome back, mga kamarianista!
Welcome back! How lagi kayo katot. Thank you so much to all our viewers and listeners, especially to our batchmates, St. Mary's High School Batch 1997, the Silver Jubilarians for this year's SMC HCTAA Grand Alumni Homecoming 2022 with our theme, Tatak Marianista. We are very happy ni Ethel na we were joined today by our three batchmates who are experts sa ilang respective fields. Janice Sarmiento, all the way from California, USA. Dr. Vernna Dee Marie Gulle-Familar. And of course, Sheryl Urdaneta. So we are very, very grateful sa ato ang tulo ka guest for gracing, no, and really sharing yun ang ilahang knowledge and experience para pod na apoy ma-learn ng ato ang mga fellow Marians. Tol, unsa man ang imuhang mga favorite nga mga na-pick up sa atong mga conversations with our guest today?
Ang nagtatak yun sa kuha dyan, paano na? Like, remember to take care of yourself. Sometimes you get so busy taking of others that you forget that you are important too. So, women empowerment, no? As I mentioned kanina in the introduction part, no, na we have multiple roles, no? So, but ultimately, as women, we are naturally caregivers. So, how are we taking care of the caregivers? So, importante kaayo na we will rely on ourselves. Dako gyud kay importansya ang ato ang sarili. Ang ato akong focus, no, dili ta mawala sa very crowded, very noisy world. How to keep calm. So kana ang importante. Take care of ourselves. So kana ako pinaka na remember and matatakit sa ko. So ikaw dyan,
I agree with you, Tol, no, kay you mentioned po earlier na you have kids and you really want nga you will be there for your kids, no, hantod sa magdako sila. So I'm sure daghan ta og mga batchmates and schoolmates na very naga-attend pud yun sa ilang children, sa ilang spouses, even sa ilang parents. So eye-opener kaayo tong gi-discuss nato with Sheryl ba nga if we want to be there for our loved ones for a long time, no, dapat yun we will take full control of our health. And also katong gi-mention ni Janice and ni Vernna, ni Doc Vernna nga dapat dili na ta in denial, no, nga naa na ta sa ingon ani na edad that we are in this stage, and this is the stage where, no, certain illnesses manggawas ana, and like what Doc Vernna said, Tol, na you know, medical history, family history is very important, no, crucial na natay awareness sa atong mga family medical history, no, especially na for example nag-asawa na ka na kay mga kids, so dapat kabaluta sa mga family medical history sa both sides kay na mga possible na mga kanang mga illnesses na attributable ani, no, genetics or kanang family history. So kana mo na ko mga na-pick up sa ato ang mga guests na very kuan gid kaayo oy kanang passionate, no, passionate with what they do, passionate sa ilang work, and even sa katong exercise, breathing exercise nato with Sheryl mo to po is favorite po na ko to kay mura pug kog naka-relax o kadali, di ba?
Ako idungag dyan.
Go ahead, Tol.
kuan sad no, i-avail unsay i-suggest or i-advise sa doctor, like have ourselves check, no, mga tests, mga ultrasound, mammogram, pap smear, and vaccine, no, kung unsay makatabang sa ato
Tama,
to extend
tama,
our life. Okay,
tama.
if we love our loved ones, let's take care of ourselves.
Tama. So, maog yun na tol, no? Naanag yun po yung mga things nga dili na malikayan sa atong health. So, sakto tong giingon ni Dr. Vernna o ni Janice ganina na, if ever na naanata sa mayon ani nga mga stages, easy to say, no? Pero we have to be open, yun nga, possible na nanata sa ingon ani. Now, we have to take control by, really understanding unsa ginagakahitabo sa atua, and of course, no, we have to seek professional help as soon as we can, kay para dapat dili ta maghulat dito sa katong late na kaayo, lisod na siya ma-cure or lisod na siya ma-improve ang ato ang situation, di ba? So, tama gid kaayo niya nga ato ang mga doctors, nurses, and si Ma'am Sheryl ba na, kanang naara man gyud din sa atua ba na atay mabuhat, meaning na atay mabuhat sa kung unsa man atong situation karon. We just really need to take the first step na dili ta mahadlok, dili ta magduha-duha og pangutana, ana bitaw, kay diha lang man gyud nato mahibalaan kung unsa gyud ang atong health condition, di ba, no? So ingon ana gyud di ay. So tol, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for, joining me in this 3-part talk with Janice, Doc Vernna, and Sheryl. I really enjoyed co-hosting this, event with you, and I also learned a lot about you. So thank you so much, Tol. I hope this is not the last time that we will
Salamat kay John. Salamat kay John. It came as a surprise, but I'm happy to be here.
Yes, diba? It's not so difficult, right? Kayang-kaya.
Yeah, and we're inviting others to join us. No?
Correct. I think, Tol, no, I think this is not going to be the last time. Hopefully, no, daghan pa kaayo tag pwede mapag-usapan or maistoryahan yun ng mga topics, no, like naisip na ako katong na-mention ni Janice ganina di ay about, kanang insurance, medical insurance, kana mayingon na bitaw, so financial literacy,
Yes.
na-mention po na nimo na dapat kani nga mga topics, no, kita karon mga modern women, dapat dili ta maulaw mag-discuss about that, our finances, insurance, nabatay ka ng fallback if ever magkasakit ta, are we investing on that, mga things like that. I think these are very important things, no, nga again, part of empowering ourselves, no. Dapat dili ta dependent sa mga guys lang na sila mag-take care ani, dapat kabalutaan ng mga butang, tol. So I'm looking forward to the next conversations that we will have with our friends and with you, Ethel. So thank you so much atong audience, tol. Gusto ka magpasalamat sa ilahapod?
Once a Marian, always a Marian. So, tatak Marianista.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you everyone. We hope that you enjoyed this 3-part talk, and we'll hope to see you next time. Thank you everybody.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.